COVID will allow voter fraud like never before, a quote from the former President Donald Trump himself during the 2020 election. Today, we delve into the controversy surrounding the unprecedented use of mail-in ballots and the claims of election fraud. In the right corner, we have those who firmly believe in the legitimacy of the 2020 election results. Their argument hinges on the idea that the pandemic necessitated an alternative way for people to vote safely. They maintain that mail-in ballots have been a part of the American voting system for years, used by military personnel overseas and citizens unable to make it to the polls. They underscore that every state has its own stringent verification process for these ballots, which includes signature matching and barcode tracking. In the left corner, we have those who question the integrity of the election. They argue that the sudden surge in mail-in ballots provided ample opportunity for fraudulent activities. Their concerns range from ballots being sent to deceased individuals to those being manipulated or discarded altogether. They also highlight incidents where postal workers were allegedly involved in tampering with the vote. Now let's venture into the grey area. Some argue that while mail-in voting is not inherently fraudulent, the sudden increase in its usage due to COVID may have overwhelmed the system, leading to errors and inconsistencies. They suggest that these anomalies, although not indicative of widespread fraud, do warrant a thorough investigation to ensure the integrity of future elections. Others have pointed out the unprecedented stoppage of vote counting, only to wake up with a new vote tally that favored Joe Biden. They argue that allegations of widespread fraud have been largely ignored, with most courts refusing to look at the evidence while other challenges have been dismissed due to, quote, lack of evidence, end quote. As we wrap up, it's clear that the 2020 election and the controversy surrounding mail-in ballots have stirred up a hornet's nest of debate. On one hand, there are those who stand by the legitimacy of the election results, arguing that mail-in voting is a secure and necessary method of voting, especially in times of crisis. On the other hand, there are those who question the integrity of the process, pointing to potential vulnerabilities in the system. The grey area, however, acknowledges that while the system may have been strained due to the sudden surge in mail-in voting, it doesn't necessarily equate to widespread fraud. Yet, it emphasizes the need for continued vigilance and scrutiny to safeguard the democratic process. In the end, the controversy surrounding the 2020 election serves as a reminder of the importance of transparency, accountability, and trust in our electoral system. It's a debate that continues to challenge us, pushing us to question, to investigate, and to strive for a system that truly embodies the democratic ideals we hold dear.